This Week. Strike that. Welcome to Home Care This Week, Santa Clarita. This week we'll be talking to Donna from Back to Balance Acupuncture. She will be sharing with us about how acupuncture and alternative medicine can help you get your body back to balance.
With Donna at Back to Balance Acupuncture. And we're talking a little bit about acupuncture in general, but also acupuncture for senior community and people that maybe don't know enough about it, right? And what we're doing. And I know that you have some really interesting background in that. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that. I know you were overseas for a long period of time, and tell me a little bit about that and then how that translated into what you're doing here in Santa Clarita.
Well, I got my master's degree here in the States first, so in my spiel, I say I'm your U.S. and Chinese trained acupuncturist. So I got my master's degree here in 2011, and then I was awarded a scholarship from the Chinese government to go and do advanced studies in China.
Interesting.
And I was at the Beijing University of Chinese Medicine, which is the most prestigious Chinese medicine university in the world.
Interesting. So you got a scholarship to do it, and you literally went over there for how long?
5 years.
5 years. And you live there, and you speak Chinese.
I speak Chinese now. I
now?
didn't then,
okay.
but I do now.
Okay, and so you've studied acupuncture there, and I guess that's the source or the most prestigious source in terms of knowledge in acupuncture. And then you came back here to Santa Clarita. Now, this is where you were raised and so on?
No, I was born and raised in New York.
In New York, okay.
I moved to California in '97, and I was living in Orange County then.
Okay. While
I was overseas, all of my Orange County people moved. One back to New York, others up here, so when I was deciding to come back, of course I came here.
So now we have Back to Balance Acupuncture here on Lyons in Newhall.
Yes.
And let's talk a little bit about acupuncture, like I said, in general. So now we know where your background is and where you were trained for all this. And acupuncture, I think your tagline is, what's the tagline?
I use pins and needles to help you avoid the knife.
Okay, so tell me, explain that. What does that mean?
Well, that one's specifically to my pain-free acupuncture facelift. So basically, I can use needles on the face to provide a facelift kind of effect.
I see.
I say it's relatively pain-free. For people with a normal or typical pain tolerance, pain threshold, it's pain-free. But there are some sensitive.
But it prevents them from then having, if they want to have a surgery or something, facial, to prevent that, not having to do that.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the other uses for acupuncture and what would be as an alternative to what kinds of things and that.
Okay. Well, acupuncture is just one modality in Chinese medicine. In Chinese medicine, which is what I studied in China, we use herbology, so we use herbal medicine, we use acupuncture, we use acupressure, we use massage, we use scraping. We use all of these modalities to achieve whatever effect we're looking for our patient.
Okay.
So acupuncture is the most popular one. That's what people are familiar with. So that's why I named my business that.
Okay.
But we do other things as well.
Okay, so it's a kind of a broad-based thing, and it's not just acupuncture, but that seems to be a big part of the whole thing.
Yeah, and there are a lot of Western diseases that we treat in Chinese medicine. We treat Alzheimer's, we treat ALS, we treat MS, we treat chronic fatigue. We treat all these diseases. We don't go about treating disease the same way as in allopathic medicine or biomedical practices. So we'll look at a disease, a person's condition, we look at the whole person. So we'll ask a lot of questions that your Western doctors don't ask, which is a little strange and a little uncomfortable for people sometimes. But what I'm trying to do when I'm doing that is to differentiate the pattern. So let's just use headache, for example. If I have a room, from our networking group, if I have a room full of people and everybody has a headache one morning, I'm not going to treat any of you the same because there could be different reasons for those headaches. Every one of us, there's 9 different body constitutions. So each body constitution can have a different pattern.
Okay.
And I'm going to treat that differently.
And a different treatment as a result. Okay. So let's say we have a family that has a senior there at home or a senior themselves listening and watching. What are some of the things that would be specific then to the older population in terms of the things that you see in your practice of helping people in those situations? What are some of the common things?
Oh, we can help with memory loss, motivation. We can help with balance issues.
That's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, I have one patient that had chemotherapy-induced neuropathy. She was in this condition for 3 years. After chemotherapy, the nerves in her legs were damaged. And she was having 10 out of 10 pain every day, all day. And she would get even worse pain where it would cramp. Well, I just treated her for the 10th time the other day, and she's down to a 1 out of 10 pain all the time. And then she has moments where her worst moments are now a 4 out of 10.
Got it. And this is a fall prevention thing right there, right? Cramping and pain, which we've always said, and we know, is the number one reason why people end up in a nursing home is falls.
Right.
So this is balance, this is pain.
And sensation. One of the patients I treated while I was still in school, same situation, but hers wasn't pain, it was numbness. So she was using a walker, she was falling, she had a lot of problems, and we treated her, and she got better.
Oh, that must have felt great.
It did. Can I tell a funny story? There's a point that we were using for her that's on the bottom of the foot.
Okay.
And so I would needle this every time she came in, I would needle this point. But she had numbness, so she couldn't feel it. That point is particularly painful. I use lasers on them now. There's some points that are sensitive, so for those patients I bought lasers, and I treat those with laser so they don't have to hurt people unnecessarily. But anyway, so I was treating her one day, and she's like, Donna, I don't know what's wrong with you. That really hurt today. And I had to laugh, and so did my teacher. Because it's like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. It's you're getting better.
Getting better.
So
you're feeling it.
Yes.
The point was is that you're not numb anymore.
Right.
Very interesting. That is a good story.
Yeah.
So, and you also mentioned then Alzheimer's, memory loss, cognitive issues. Explain how that would be treated in this environment.
Again, I would differentiate the pattern. I have a textbook that I've saved that I love out in my lobby. It's Treating Western Diseases with Chinese Medicine by Bob Floss. Get that book in the rim. But there's 8 patterns that are associated with Alzheimer's. So each of those patterns we treat differently. We can use herbs, we can use acupuncture, but basically, so depending on the pattern, I'm going to target different organs in the body.
Okay. Interesting. And then, are these treatments the kind of thing? I'm assuming, and they're not the kind of thing. It's a one-time come in and deal. It's a progression.
In general, when someone comes in, we recommend a course of treatment between 8 and 12 treatments.
Okay.
And then
over the course of?
It depends. If it's an acute thing, we'll treat more aggressively in the beginning, so maybe twice a week, and then we taper off. But if we're not seeing any effect, then it's just time to say, okay, we'll change things throughout the course of treatment.
Right.
But if they're not seeing an effect after 8 to 12 treatments, it's like, I'm sorry, this isn't going to work for you. But if it does, then we see what's working for that patient. What's beautiful about Chinese medicine and acupuncture in particular, what we're doing with acupuncture, I say we because it's a big community, especially here in Santa Clarita. There's a lot of acupuncturists. We all treat differently. We treat different things, but we all generally have the same theory.
Philosophies.
So we're using the needles to help your body heal itself. So we're stimulating your body to help itself. So depending on where that person is health-wise, it may be faster or slower.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
And then there's other things that we can do to help prepare the body to help itself.
Gotcha. Well, it sounds like this isn't a short answer kind of thing. This is kind of an all-encompassing and comprehensive and complex thing. But this was great. We got some kind of underlying or overlying information so that people can then maybe explore this a little bit to see if this is an alternative to some of the things that they've been doing, or prior to trying to take some more aggressive medical treatments and that kind of thing, to try something that might help them, prevent them from going under the knife and that kind of thing.
Yeah. One of the things that is not unfortunate, it's just reality. A lot of people use alternative medicines as a last resort. Some of the Western doctors don't necessarily believe in what we do. Doesn't really require belief, and remind me, I'll get back to that in a second. But so they'll reach the end of their tools, and they're like, well, it won't hurt, so yeah, go ahead and try it. Whereas if they do come in earlier, their body is healthier. We have faster results if we're going to get them.
So it's almost the opposite. Look to this as a first resort,
Right.
and then go for more aggressive things if it doesn't, if it's not, your body isn't able to help itself in that way.
Right.
Really interesting. Different thought process in the way you're looking at things. Wonderful. All right, so like I said, this is tough to get all the information in, but if people want to get more information from you, particularly about a specific thing that they are dealing with or somebody in their family is dealing with, how can we get a hold of you?
You can give me a call at 661-556-9900. Call, don't text that number.
Okay, 661
556-9900.
9900. And website?
Yeah, that one's a little long. It's www.back2balanceacu.com.
Okay, so www.back, the words back to T-O,
Yes.
balanceacu.com.
Yeah.
And you're located right here in Newhall on Lyons,
I
and
am.
with this great facility. And thank you for taking a few minutes
you.
and explaining some of the stuff for us. And
If you need more information about alternative medicine and how acupuncture can help you get your body back to balance, please contact Donna Winges of Back to Balance Acupuncture at 661-556-9900. Or you can visit her on the web at www.backtobalanceacu.com. Upcoming events in Santa Clarita for next week are Monday, December 19th, Sit and Be Fit, chair exercises from 9:45 to 10:15 at the Senior Center. Tuesday, December 20th, holiday cheer and tree lighting at Oakmont from 4 to 5:30. You must RSVP to this event by December 18th by calling 661-347-0051. Wednesday, December 21st, A Christmas Carol presented by the Canyon Theater Guild. A modern Valencia family travels back in time to the 19th century. Thursday, December 22nd, the Silvertones will be performing a holiday concert at the Senior Center. The smooth sounds of the Silvertones can be heard at 2:45 in the dining room. Friday, December 23rd, Just Us Happy Hour at Atria. Come listen at 3:30 to the holiday sounds of a quartet with amazing harmonies. The next event at Home Care Services Resource Center is on December 27th. Safety staff will be performing, The next event at Home Care Services Resource Center is December 27th. Safety staff will be presenting the American Heart Association's Stroke Prevention and Life Simple 7 at 6 p.m. All of us at Home Care Services Resource Center want to wish you and your family happy holidays.